Hello and happy morning to one and all. I, Assistant Professor Ms. Hina Mushtaq Sayyed, take the privilege of comparing this session. On behalf of Anjuman Khairul Islam, Pune College of Art, Science and Commerce, I am highly obliged to welcome you all. Our today's guest of honor, Ms. Lavina Laitonja, founder, Rent and Attire, and Ms. Ketki Mistry, founder and strategic designer, the Image Consulting Studio. I heartily welcome to our respected Vice Principal Science, Professor Iqbal Sheikh. It is a mark of our college tradition to invoke Almighty at the beginning of any session with few verses from the Holy Quran. I invite Muhammad Abrar and Muhammad Asad Jamali, a TYBBA students, for the same. Abrar, Abrar,
Hello, ma'am.
are you there?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar fasalli li rabbika Sadaqallahul aliyyul azim.
Surely we have given you the Kawthar. Therefore, pray to your God and make a sacrifice. Surely your enemy is the one who shall be without posterity. Sadaqallahul Azim.
Thank you, Muhammad Abrar and Asad, for that beautiful recitation. Department of BBA has organized a webinar on women's leader and manager on account of International Women's Day 2021. International Women's Day is celebrated on 8th March across the globe to celebrate social, economic, cultural and political achievement of women. It is very difficult to find a field where women are not working. They are also showing their impact as well. Savitribai Phule, Gunjan Saxena, Kalpana Chawla are few examples for that. As Swami Vivekananda says, I quote, there is no chance of the welfare of the world unless the condition of women is improved. It is not possible for a bird to fly on one wing. This year, Women's Day theme is Choose to Challenge. A woman accepts everything which comes in their life the way it is. This acceptance has turned its shape into compromise in their lives. This needs to be changed, to be challenged. Hence, the theme Choose to Challenge. Challenge is something which is the first step to change. I now request our respected Vice Principal, Professor Iqbal Sheikh, to give the welcome address. Over to you, Iqbal sir.
Thank you, Hina ma'am. Good morning, one and all. The guest of today's International Women Day, Miss Ketki Mistry ma'am, Miss Lavina ma'am, the Jahara Pathan ma'am, Head of BBA Department, BBA faculty members, and my dear friends. At the outset, on the behalf of Anjuman Khairul Islam's Pune College of Arts, Science and Commerce, I welcome all of you for the celebration of International Women Day. This brings me to remind the speech delivered by Malala Yousafzai. She said, our words can change the whole world because we are all together. That is how Malala Yousafzai concluded her speech at the United Nations. When Malala started her speech, she was seen by everyone as a young girl with a huge story behind her. But that day, it was her words in favor of the equality for girls and women that made her wise in everyone's eyes. And her words have also echoed all around the world. But the Malala, the Nobel Prize laureate, was not the only one to raise her voice. Over the years, more and more people have joined the movement for gender equality. So, what better way to celebrate International Women's Day than through their voice, their strength, and their conviction? These are some of the most inspiring speeches. In fact, her speech is one of the most inspiring speech in favor of the gender equality on the occasion of International Women's Day. On the behalf of Anjuman Khairul Islam's Pune College of Arts, Science and Commerce, I congratulate the BBA department for taking the initiatives for the celebration of the International Women's Day. Thank you. Over to you, Hina.
Thank you, sir, for your words of wisdom. Big girls with big dreams grow up to become women with great vision. I invite Professor Jahara Pathan, head of the department BBA, to give brief introduction of today's guest speaker, Ms. Lavina Laithonja.
Good morning to one and all. Lavina Laithunjan, founder Rent and Attire. She is the founder of an out-of-the-box business, Rent and Attire. Ms. Lavina is an HR professional turned entrepreneur. Lavina has over 18 years of progressive experience in managing and leading various aspects of human resources and operations spanning across high-paced business domains of IT. Having led multiple teams in talent acquisition and learning and development during her corporate career, she switched gears to run her own venture, Rent and Attire, which is disrupting the current market. Through her unique concept, she is also spreading awareness about sustainable living. Headquartered in Pune, Rent and Attire currently provides its services pan India online and has its physical presence in three cities, that is Pune, Dehradun, and Delhi. She started her professional career in 2002 as an HR
नॉट स्पीक
executive.
ना बोललेलं ऐकू जातं सोनू.
Ketki, you need to mute yourself.
Sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I'm so sorry. She started her professional career in 2002 as an HR executive and was associated with renowned IT companies such as Zensa Technologies and Persistent Systems. Her major stint was with Persistent Systems, where for nearly 11 years she worked in the HR department, leading teams in recruitment and learning and development. She founded Rent and Attire in 2015, which has recognized as an innovative fashion rental startup and top 10 best online rental startups in 2019 by Silicon India Startup City. She is also an honorary member of the WICCI, that is Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, as a state president startup council. Lavina believes in driving organizational culture and values through people by developing them into future leaders and not processes alone. Lavina is an avid traveler and animal lover. She is also very active in supporting animal rescue centers. We are indeed very privileged to have you today with us, Lavina. Thank you so much for being with us and accepting the invitation. Over to you, Hina.
Thank you, ma'am, for that amazing introduction. I invite now Ms. Lavina to begin the session.
Thank you so much for that lovely introduction, Jahanara, and a very good morning to everyone. I hope you all are feeling good today. Two different reasons. Let me quickly wish everybody a happy International Women Day. However, I feel we are the queen who are running the world, so we don't need that one day. We are running the world, and we are the ones who are celebrating it every day. So, with that, let me quickly introduce myself. I'm Lavina, although there's a very brief introduction given by Jahara. I'm founder of Rent and Attire, and Rent and Attire, like Jahanara said, is an elite marketplace which provides designer wear on rent, and rest of the information she has given without actually wasting any further time. Let me quickly come back to the topic. So I've been invited here to actually share my journey of the hurdles, the challenges which we have, faced while building Rent and Attire. And I'm so glad that I'm part of this because I wish someone would have shared their journey with me initially when we were, trying to do all these things. Now, how did Rent and Attire started? So, just like all of us, over a cup of tea, coffee, we sit in cafeteria and we talk about multiple problems. Today the traffic was so bad. Why did it rain when it's not a rainy season? Or global warming. All these big issues. Similarly, I was sitting with my colleagues at my office cafeteria, and we were discussing about certain topics. And suddenly I realized I have a wedding to attend and I did not know what to wear. And I was just thinking, why should I spend so much of money when I really don't want to spend that kind of money? But and what do I do with that outfit once I wear the outfit? So all women, we were discussing about what can be done, and simply asked one of my colleagues, would you be interested to maybe take it for your any wedding which you want to attend in future, and just pay me as good as just 10%, 15%, or anything. And that's how the idea kind of was born. So it was literally born over a cup of tea in an office cafeteria. So after doing all this conversation, like we all do, we all went back to our workstations and we started doing our everyday routine. But the idea kind of struck with me, and over the weekend I started thinking a little more about it. And that's where I thought, this is just a conversation. We all talk about a lot of things when we sit together. But I thought, let me do a need analysis. And that's where I did a small survey within my friends, family, and network around me. And this was a survey monkey where I asked few questions with a lot of people and to understand whether it is really needed in the market or not, or are we just talking like we always talk about a lot of things. So, to my surprise, once when I received the response of the survey, it was amazingly good. Almost 99% people said that they would be happy to, rent out an outfit for their next event. And voila, that's how we started Rent and Attire. So way back in 2015, I was still working with Persistent Systems at that point in time, took all the legal permissions and decided to open our first flagship store in Pune. Now, starting anything is very, very easy. And this is for all of you who are here, who have aspirations to become big, who have aspirations to come up with a lot of new ideas. Trust me, starting anything is not a problem. It is sustaining and scaling it is the real problem. So we opened the store. We thought, we have done something amazingly good. We have that half-page article on Times of India. We had people calling us, congratulating us on this new idea. And then we did not know now what to do next. How do we move on? Now, Rent and Attire is basically a marketplace. When I say marketplace, we have these outfits. We don't any of the products. We don't own any of them. It is all by designers or by individuals, and we further rent it out to people. So we are the aggregator, just like your Amazon and other businesses where you have vendors who would sell it out to people. So we are an aggregator. Now the point came when we started the store, we just had 30 outfits hanging in a 800 fancy square feet store, which looked quite empty because 30 outfits would just go in a corner. So the first challenge which we faced was how do we, have people believe in us and give their outfits to us. And that's where the entire process started. So we started, first thing first, what I started was building a wonderful team, because you're nothing without your team. So while building the team, I have wonderful experiences which I would definitely want to share with you. Now, how I have summed it up, this particular talk is in three C's: your change, open to change, knowing your client, and choosing uncomfort over comfort. So my first example start with, how change is very, very important. So I have worked in corporate throughout my life, and we were very, very comfortable sitting in our cabin and dropping that email to the team members stating, this shall be done by today EOD, or that shall be done by tomorrow EOD. We were so comfortable doing that. And suddenly I was in a business where I had to deal with tailors, I had to deal with dry cleaners, I had to deal with fashion folks who come from a very different industry. So one day, one of the tailor had visited, and I simply told him, "Bhaiya, ye kal aa jana chahiye, or kal subah 11 baje you have to be here." Now this is how I simply told him that. Now next day we all are waiting. The client was right in front of us, and we had to deliver that outfit. And this bhaiya is not visible anywhere. He was not answering our calls. He just did not turn up. And we were worried that what just happened. And he had a very expensive outfit. At the same time, a delivery had to happen. So I sent one of my team member to the tailor to understand what happened and get the outfit. So she got it back. And once she came back, I asked her what happened. She said, you talk to the tailors. So when I spoke to the tailor, he simply said, "Ma'am, आप ऐसे नहीं बोल सकते, कल सुबह इतने बजे आ जाना." Okay. So the point I'm trying to tell you here is, I started with "भैया इतने बजे इधर आ जाना" to the change in me was, "भैया please कल 11 से 12 के बीच में आप पहुंच जाइए." That change of segment had, first thing first which I had to do to make the business successful was to change myself. If I was not ready to change myself, it would not really help me to succeed in that particular business. Now, coming from IT sector to a fashion company which is backed by technology was a very different experience for me. And in that experience, I learned that if I'm not open to change, it is not going to help me and I am not going to be successful. So that was the first experience of me being there, present, and deciding to be ready to the change. Now, entrepreneur's journey is not very, very, it's a very lonely journey, if I must say that. And by saying that, I'm not scaring any one of you. It is just at the start. At the start, you have 100 questions in your head that, how do I run it now? What next? What are the new things you want to do? It is not just about launching a concept and just sitting on it. No, you have to think of marketing, you have to think of branding, you have to think of building a team, you have to think of expanding. There's a lot an entrepreneur is expected to do. And I was doing all that. While doing so, I realized in the first year, when I actually took sabbatical from my organization, that the heavy paycheck which used to come had suddenly stopped coming. And that was not an easy thing to accept. Right? We are all used to of the comfort. We are all used to of, that fixed amount which comes in your salary account, and you have expenses planned accordingly. But once you start a business, it is as good as, actually having a baby. You forget thinking about yourself, you start thinking about the business. So that was the first uncomfort which I felt, and I felt very lonely in that journey. There was a time when people asked me, "What do I do?" I used to explain them that this is a marketplace. This shared economy model is what we are working on. We are the circular economic company. People didn't understand, and they simply said, "Oh, you just give outfits on rent. It's a bit boutique shop." Now that's not what I wanted to be called as. I had a very different vision of what rent and attire has to be. And when I realized that the vision is not coming into the line of what I had decided, I had to start focusing on making an image of rent and attire, that we are not just a boutique shop, we are a marketplace, we are working on a shared economy model, and on top of it we are actually spreading awareness and living the sustainable fashion mode. So these three things which I had decided that no, I need to tell people that this is what we are doing differently. That was the most difficult part which we faced. And how did we overcome? We overcome it by talking about it again and again, by doing a lot of awareness session, by letting people know what do we do differently. Now renting has been there in the past. It's not that, you know, it has not been there. If you go up north, you'll see renting has always been there. What did we do differently is what we wanted to tell people. Now we are the pioneer in making an unorganized sector a very organized sector. Now people can actually log into the website, check out everything at one place, order anywhere from India, and it gets delivered to them. You can also download the app, you can see everything there, order it, and it gets delivered to you. You can see the designer name, you can see everything there itself. So building that and making people understand that what are we doing differently was the biggest challenge. Now the next challenge which we had from people was about the hygiene and other things. So the first and foremost thing when what I wanted to cover up was open to change, and that has helped us to move to that level. Next journey was where we need to know our clients. Now initially when we launched Rentinetta, I started sitting at the store itself to understand how things are going. So we've had a mother and a daughter coming to the store, and the daughter went in to wear a bridal outfit. So when she walked, our team was styling her. When she walked out of the store, this mother suddenly had a tear rolling down her, cheeks. And that's where we realized that we are not only running a business of some products, we are also dealing with emotions. So if we were not ready to deal with emotions, then we would have certainly failed. And that is where we learned, and I sensitized my team that it is not just about the product we are renting. It is also about the uh, emotions we are dealing with. So that was our second journey, a second learning, that knowing your clients. Your clients comes first. So if you're running an organization, if you're running a business, first thing first is you have to be open to change. Second is you have to know your clients. So that was the moment where my entire team learned that we need to know our clients. And now the entire team whom we hire are very focused on customer styling. They've trained very well on sensitization of things. So that is how we've overcome the second challenge. Now the third challenge was where choosing uncomfort over comfort. Very important. Now like I said, the journey, entrepreneur journey, is not very fancy at the start. It is very lonely journey. So if you choose to be comfortable in those days, you will not see what you see over a period of time. Like I said, when we started, we had just 30 outfits to deal with, to start with, and today we have 1,000, 1,500 plus outfits which are ready for rent. So this is how the journey has changed, and the uncomfort of not getting that paycheck in your hand, the uncomfort of being lonely, and taking those decisions on your own. As an entrepreneur, you'll have to take decisions day in day out, every minute. Every minute, as simple as, should we drop an email or not? Should we get it sent? Should we take this outfit or not? So every minute is about that decision making. So if you are choosing comfort over uncomfort, you will definitely not see the kind of success you'll see over a period of time. Now 5 years back when we started, we just had one flagship store in Pune, and today we have 3 stores running successfully, and we delivered all over the India through our website and through our app. So that is how we have managed, change, knowing your clients, and choosing uncomfort over comfort. Now, this year theme for IWD is choose to challenge, right? So instead of we choose to challenge for gender, diversity or gender bias. Now, as an entrepreneur, I'm very proud to tell you this, and I always call myself entrepreneur, not a woman entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is an entrepreneur. Doesn't matter what gender you are. So I'm proud to tell you that as an entrepreneur, I did not face absolutely any issue as being a woman. There was absolutely no issues in terms of going and meeting people, absolutely no issues in terms of. So the journey is not that difficult. The journey is easy, provided you decide that you're open to change, provided you decide that you would really want to put your best foot forward to know your clients, and provided you choose uncomfort over comfort. These are the 3 things which I would like to emphasize again and again, and that is what has made Rent and Attire a success at this moment. So I'm kind of done. Any questions, anyone?
Ma'am, we can keep Q&A session later.
Sure.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your experiences and journey of your entrepreneurial career. I request Professor Jahara Pathan to give a brief introduction to our second guest, uh, Ms. Kitty Mistry. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Hina. We have amongst us another vibrant entrepreneur and a beautiful lady here to represent International Women's Day, Ms. Ketki Mistry. Ms. Ketki Mistry is a person with deep understanding of human psychology and its impact on one's image. Is a strategic designer and face of the Image Consulting Studio. She has connected the dots between three major aspects of a person: mind, makeover, image. Ms. Ketki is working as an emotional quotient and self-branding image coach and working to enhance the personality of C-level corporates, working professionals, students, self-employed professionals, homemakers, and individuals. And they have been able to carve their leadership skills, confidence, personal brand, perception, and much more with hashtag KETA to success. Ms. Ketki Mistry has an insightful 15 years of industry experience, including international corporate experience in HR domain for 10 plus years before starting the Image Consulting Studio. Ms. Ketki Mistry is a Scottish Qualification Academy SQA certified behavioral skill and soft skills trainer, National Accreditation Board for Education and Training, that is NABET certified train the trainer. She is a British School of Etiquette BSOE certified EQ coach, certified psychological counselor, certified image consultant USA. Ms. Ketki Mistry holds 3 master's degrees: Masters of Philosophy, HR, and Masters of Business Administration, HR, as well as Masters of Computer Management. Ms. Ketki Mistry, we are indeed very, very glad to have you on board with us today as one of the new beautiful speakers here on this webinar of Women Leader and Managers. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much, Jahanara, for for your kind words. Truly appreciated. Okay, and I would definitely would like to talk about. It was my pleasure to hear to our another speaker, Lavina, Miss Lavina Lathinjong. What a beautiful journey, Lavina, you had. Truly inspiring. Okay, so it's my pleasure to be here with you all. Before beginning, I would like to wish all the women, wonderful, powerful women here, a very happy Women's Day. And yes, all the strong men, who are supporting, all the gentlemen who supports women and respect their passion. Okay, so to begin with, let me start by sharing my story with you all. Okay, I have started with my professional career after completing my post-graduation in Masters in Computer Management. Due to my networking skills, I was fortunate to get my first freelancing project from one of the UK-based company as an entrepreneur at the age of 23. The project involved end-to-end execution, right from planning, resource allocation, implementation, and to the completion of the project. So for that, I had to rent an office space. I set up the whole infrastructure. I hired the required resources for the execution of the project. And that is the time I started feeling that inclination towards having my own thing. Okay, so what I did, during this venture, I realized that my core strengths are totally lies in people management. So at this point, that is the reason I have decided to pursue my MBA in HR. And post my MBA HR, my corporate journey as HR professional began. I worked in several IT companies and non-IT companies for almost a decade, more than a decade. Due to my perseverance and dedication, I got an opportunity to represent our India office to the international workspace to another country. I represented it as an HR representative from India. This 10 years of corporate HR made me realize that there are various facets to human psychology. You come across while dealing with employees. Being a HR, that is the job which was continuously, you are not only dealing with uh, employees with their official problems. When the employee comes to you as a HR, they come with their personal problems, because we are two people, we have our personal life as well as we have our professional life. So that is the reason I thought that further, motivated me to pursue my MPhil in HR and related human psychology. So I would like to share one few slides with you all. I'm just sharing the slide. Just give me a minute, please. Okay. I hope my screen is visible, Jahan.
Yes, it is.
Can you see my slide?
Yeah.
Okay. So looking back, I realized that I followed my path, whatever journey, from my master's in computer management and MBA in HR, and then I thought that I must know in-depth psychological aspect of human beings. I could connect. I could see, that there is one path which I have followed, the path of perseverance. The path of the perseverance is all about keep going in spite of all the ups and downs. You should never give up. That is what I always did. Attitude of positive mindset. Of course, this negative emotions always try to overpower you. However, I ensure that those won't last for long, and that positive attitude always helped me to move forward. Then trust in the process and trust in self. And the fourth part of that path, the fourth definition is honesty. You being a human being, human values matters a lot than anything else. That is what I always believe and always try to follow. So based on these four core pillars, you can say, the Image Consulting Studio by Kate Key Mystery was born. I would like to highlight here very impactful learning at this point, which I tried to inculcate, in the process of delivering my image consulting sessions to my clients. That we all have been taught to think, okay, but as being a human being, we have never taught to feel. And this is the core value of the Image Consulting Studio, empowering you from inside out to become that brand you. So what you require to be this brand you? So you have to have this mastery over momentum. This is what I strongly believed in, and I myself always thoroughly tried following it up. That momentum, we all always are looking forward to some or the other kind of recognition in our personal and professional life, right? So momentum comes if you really want to be successful, if you really want to succeed, then you have to have that mastery on whatever you want to pursue in your life. And then momentum is always going to be there with you. And that is going to help you to become a brand you. Then that is going to set you apart from the rest of the people around you. So you have to focus on being that brand you. Now, you all must be thinking, okay, we want to be that brand you or brand me, but how, right? So by creating, when you want to be that brand you have, which is going to connect to the success, So what is the success essentials? There are two components to it. One is getting a chance, and when you get that chance, you have to perform on that chance, right? So for getting a chance, how would you be able to differentiate yourself from the rest of the crowd? So by creating a powerful first impression and of course, the way now we all are, you all are BBA students, right? Where you are learning all the technological terminologies related to management and related concepts. That is your hard skills, your technical knowledge and soft skill. When you combine all these three elements together, you become that brand you. And yeah, so you become that brand you. Okay, so I personally believe when you learn your psychological connection with these elements, okay, the elements of clothing, grooming, and your etiquette, then comes your body language and your communication. When you try to put conscious efforts to be a better version of yourself, when you try to focus on, yes, this is something I find we all have strengths and weaknesses, right? So not weaknesses, I don't like this word weaknesses, we can say developmental areas. So we have to focus on those developmental areas to stand out and to be that brand you. And you have to ensure that according to the role, goal, occasion, you have to put that all these three elements, four elements as I just mentioned, your powerful first impression as well as your hard skills and your soft skill to become to stand out, and then definitely the success is all yours. So based on whatever I have learned in this journey of my professional, personal, as well as my corporate journey, I would like to share few of my learnings, very simple learnings for all of you. Your competition is with you. Find your strengths and focus on developing on it. Decide your core values and path. The way I could manage to find out my path, based on that path, as a foundation, I could manage to build my my firm, the image consulting studio. You all have to work with the focus conscious efforts to find your own path. And of course, you have to be able to walk at the top. Keep that child within you alive. Ask what gives you the real happiness and dive deep with leap of that faith. Put conscious efforts to be that better version of yourself. And yes, never give up. Keep moving. You will find your right path once you are ready. Work hard on improving your weaknesses. Upgrade yourself. Learn to change. Make mistakes, okay, but don't repeat the same mistakes. Come out of your comfort zone and maintain your physical and mental health harmony. When we combine all this together, definitely you are going to get whatever you are looking forward to. So I would like to put this slide here. The eye see only what the mind is prepared to comprehend. It's just a matter of changing your perspective. Okay, so there is not one path, there is not even right path, there is only your path. So thank you so much everyone for giving me this opportunity, and I wish all the success to all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ketki ma'am, for such an enlightening session and sharing the key success essential with our students.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.
Thank you, ma'am. I call upon Assistant Professor Ms. Deepika Kheninge to propose vote of thanks.
गुड आफ्टरनून एवरीबॉडी। डर मुझे भी लगा था फासला देखकर, डर मुझे भी लगा था फासला देखकर, लेकिन मैं बढ़ती गई रास्ता देखकर, खुद ब खुद करीब आती गई मेरी मंजिल, मेरा हौसला देखकर। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, हैप्पी इंटरनेशनल वुमेन्स डे टू ऑल ऑफ यू। Empowering women, it's empowering humanity. Respected guest speakers, HOD, faculties, and all my dear students. On behalf of Anjuman Khairul Islam's Pune College of Arts, Science and Commerce, BBA department, I deem it a great honor to propose the vote of thanks on this beautiful occasion. I am thankful to our both guest speakers for sharing their beautiful thoughts and sparing their valuable time with us. My heartfelt thanks to Ms. Ketki Mistry for motivating and guiding us with her valuable remarks. Thank you so much, ma'am, for accepting our invitation and for being part of this today's webinar. My sincere thanks to Lavina Latunjan for her for her remarks and provoking address. I thanks to our principal Dr. Aftab Anwar Sheikh and HOD Jahara Pathan for motivating and guiding us to organize such a wonderful webinar on the occasion of this International Women's Day. I acknowledge the unwavering support received from all the faculties and participants of today's webinar. I also thankful to all the students who participated today in this webinar. Once again, I thank you all for your cordial cooperation. I'm concluding my words, expanding the word women. W for a wonderful wife, O for outstanding friend, M for marvelous daughter, A for adorable sister, and N for nurturing mother. Yes, that's a woman. Have a wonderful Women's Day. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Before ending this lovely session, I could like to share something. Always honor, love, respect women. You women face many difficulties, still you overcome those situations and stood up. Leaving behind all the pains, sorrow, you cheer up, keep fighting, keep hoping, keep dreaming, and always keep rocking. Happy Women's Day to all the beautiful and gorgeous women today who have joined the session. Thank you very much. Have a nice day ahead.
Thank you so much, everyone, to be with us today. Have a great day ahead. Let us conclude this entire webinar. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
once again to one and all. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.